So this is the bike. It's a Cagiva Elephant 900cc from 1996, but essentially it's the same model from 1991, I believe, to 1996 or 97. This is when Cagiva also owned Ducati, and that's why it is powered by a Ducati engine. This specifically is a different kind of engine. It has a Multistrada 1000 DS. So it's a 2003-2004 engine, and it's a 1000, so it's way more powerful. The bike is not very heavy. It's about 200 kilograms. You do your math in pounds. I bought this bike, but it was kind of prepped. Unfortunately, another mechanic needed to step in, another technician needed to step in and address some things, such as replace the clutch, put a new dry clutch, new plates, and new bell. Sprocket and the chain has been replaced, so it's new. Not much else. Everything else, it kind of works. Yesterday I did 230 kilometers, which is about 140 miles, from Raw, where the mechanic was, to Vicenza, where my parents live and where I'm gonna start this journey. That's my brother's bike, 750 Cagiva Elephant, very much original. It's absolutely beautiful, such as is my brother. What else? What we're gonna do today is essentially assess the situation. There is definitely a problem with the tires. I need new tires. I may steal the ones of my brother. He has some Mitas 07, which is exactly what I need. There's been a misunderstanding with the mechanic. I added an extra fuel tank because I'm not entirely sure about the consumption of this bike. It has nothing stock when it comes to the engine. So as I said, the engine is a Multistrada 1000. It's air-cooled, but it's not fuel injected. It's been converted to carburetors. The exhaust have been made on spec. Very, very loud, but luckily it has also a dB killer, which I have every intention to keep in. I know loud pipes save lives, but at the same time, I don't want to be stopped by the police. I just want at least problems as possible. Dumble Brembo Serie Oro brakes in the front. Not very sure about the skid plate. It is what it is at this point. I was expecting something else, something that it would cover also the exhaust, but because it has a Multistrada engine, it has a digital rev counter, which is not backlit, so you can't see it when it's dark. Doesn't kind of matter because you need to know the bike. You don't need to rev it to the limit. I put some hand guards and some new grips, as I don't want anything to do with the previous owner. I don't want to touch what he touched as much as possible. And yes, I sanitized the seat. No, sono preoccupatissimo su quanto riguarda la situazione paracoppa. Cioè, io non sono protetto per nulla. Vabbè, non so che cazzo abbia fatto. Cioè, io penso di toglierlo quel paracoppa lì. Mi sembra veramente un disastro. Cioè, sto guardando la moto di mio fratello e guarda le botte che ha ricevuto. Cioè, lì sarebbe andato sul telaio da me. Anzi, si sarebbe incagliata proprio la moto. Guarda anche qua. Per cui sto paracoppa qua sono abbastanza incazzato, devo dirti la verità, perché penso proprio che lo toglierò, non mi serve assolutamente a niente, anzi mi sembra anche pericoloso perché se io becco un sasso qua mi si incaglia la moto, mi si strappa via tutto, per cui no, il paracoppa deve arrivare su qua. Avrei molto preferito vedere qual era la prima possibilità. Adesso penso che lo toglierò perché qua è completamente scoperto. Quando sei pronta schiacci quello, vai. So this morning we went for an early ride around 7:30 with my brother. It was basically our only chance to ride together until a foreseeable future, because it's the only time that we're gonna have two bikes in the same place. His bike was bogging a bit, so we needed to take it to a mechanic, and now it's time to decorate my bike with sponsors. My friend Pippo, I know him for all my life. He now has a business that does burger buns here in Italy, and they're fantastic and it's going really well, and he's the sponsor of this rally. So the main sponsor is going to be these burger buns, and it's called Mr. Dobellina. At the moment it's available in Italy, but who knows? Maybe in the future, maybe soon it's going to be in Europe, and then he will go the conquer of America.
I've always been a huge fan of burgers, but I couldn't find the right bread here in Italy. So I studied my own recipe based on potato rolls, the classical burger bun that you can have in the States, but that didn't exist here in Italy. So I started my own recipe for fun, to have a great burger night with friends. And then from there, just started with a word of mouth between friends, and then some restaurant started asking me about my recipe, and from there it just exploded, and now I'm serving hundreds of burger joints in Italy, in Europe. Why would I sponsor a motorbike competition that doesn't mean anything with burger bun? Because why not? I mean, should I sponsor the Instagram or some influencer or something? This is much more thrilling, it's more exciting. There's a story behind, there's a person behind, which is a good friend of mine. And I mean, we have something we can talk about. It's a story that you can bring with you for your lifetime. The time I sponsored a motorbike in the desert, I mean, come on, that's so cool.
Then my first 200 kilometers, I'm stopping in a service area in Piacenza, or outside Piacenza. So far everything is perfect, nothing bad to report, so any reason to be smiling really. If anything, I'd say the electronics is a bit approximative. I'm not entirely sure the speedometer is correct, or accurate rather. Same thing for the run per minute, but I have enough experience on a bike to know when I'm going too fast, and definitely when it's time to shift.